Okay, good morning, everyone. My name's Sugi Yamagawa, and today on VTubing my slow life hobbies in my 30s, we gathered around the campfire once again to do some cooking. And we're going to be doing Kouhaku Nanatsu, and then we're going to be doing cheese cauliflower from the Stardew Valley cookbook. And good morning, Mr. Spock. See, you have a beer in your thumbnail. Is that part of the ingredients or a barley sandwich breakfast? So that's actually just me reusing old screenshots. There will be no beer consumed until we get to the evening hours. But since it started a little bit late here, I think we might actually get to that point. So we'll see. But yeah. And also just a bit of a housekeeping thing. Yeah. I drank too much yesterday. So, I'm going to be definitely drinking my tea this morning. Hydrating. But the actual thing that sort of delayed the start of stream was, I was reviewing cheese cauliflower recipe, and I realized I didn't buy milk for it. It's always evening somewhere. Yes, that is very true. It's very true. So, for the Kouhaku, actually, here's the book it's from. It's a book on Japanese pickling and fermenting. Namasu. But yeah, wow. But yeah, that's what it looks like. And there's our ingredients list. It's actually pretty straightforward. But I would like to prepare a spot to just have this book hang out. Hold open the book with a small thing of salt. So I'm going to first start off with... So it primarily is... So Kouhaku means red, white, in Japanese. And you're supposed to use red carrots, but I only have orange carrots available to me. And the white comes from daikon. So here's a daikon. I pulled this out of my garden like 40 minutes ago. So our first step is going to be prepping these two ingredients. And that's going to be starting off with our peeler. And honestly, one of the best things about cooking outside, I can just peel. I don't have to worry about shavings getting anywhere. I can just let stuff fly. Now, the Namasu, that part of this dish actually refers to the cut. So I'm going to have to be really paying attention to the diagram on the next page for the cut. Chickens get that stuff. Yeah, it's good stuff for chickens. But who knows, maybe my squirrels will take care of it. I don't know if squirrels would care for it, though. So, carrot, peeled, done. Container. Next, daikon. Which, daikon's going to be a lot funner to peel, because it's... We got a lot of daikon. It's also more irregularly shaped than the carrot was. Oh, hey. I guess the fire's going to help me take care of a little bit of this stuff, too. Which, I'm okay with that. That is fine by me. But yeah, actually one of the reasons why we're making this starting out is simply because I have a lot of daikon in my garden right now, and a couple of them have tried to bolt on me. Which, when something bolts, it's when it sends the flower stalk up. So, because of that, I was like, I gotta get this daikon taken care of. Otherwise, all the daikon's gonna bolt, and then the radish isn't gonna be as good. So, I think that's pretty reasonables. That's a reasonables right there. Okay. Gotta figure out how to take care of stuff that's been used. This is actually one of the big reasons why I actually like streaming at this fire pit versus the first fire pit I was using, is because this is a elevated fire pit. I can stand and work, and that gives me a lot more access to counter space, which has been jeepers creepers, like the hardest thing. So now I have to start cutting this, but the cutting is very particular. Because that's going to be one of the things that's going to determine our texture. So I need to cut this diagonally. Oh. Ooh, wow. Granted, not that thin. Ah, wanted to eat it. Let's see here. Sure, yeah. Get kind of thickish slices. Yeah, that's perfect. And then we'll just go down the daikon radish. Say, duck. Damn it, why do the neighbors gotta start mowing their yard right at the beginning of stream? Why do they gotta do that to me, man? Granted, I suppose that's just all the more reason why I can not feel bad when I make them angry with how I maintain my yard. Because they don't like how I maintain my yard. I assume they don't like how I maintain my yard, because I basically maintain my yard in a... I'm going to keep up appearances, but I'm going to do the absolute bare minimal to keep up appearances. Because I'm too pro-nature. I am ultra pro-nature. Okay, I'm running out of cutting board. Actually, can I mean, I like having my mini... I like that mini heat shield, but it's kind of in my way. Ooh. Yeah, there's no way I can turn that with the kettle on it. Kettle's heavy. Uh-oh. Getting away from my diagonal. And, big heaping load of smoke to the face. So, this supposedly is the sweeter part. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's got a little bit of spice to it. But yeah, that's scrap. Woo! So, for the second part of our cut, I gotta basically go down these guys. Now, I don't know why it calls for stacking them, because that seems like it's work. More work than it needs to be. But I don't know. Maybe some people are just better at using a knife and can actually, like, get through it quicker. As for me, I'd rather keep access to my fingers. Yeah. But I'm actually happy with that sizing. That's good sizing. So, grab my bowl with carrot. And then I think I'm gonna debate. I'm gonna really debate here. Honestly, we're gonna be doing this Sugi style, or how I typically handle dicing up radishes is I just stack a few of my slices. I'd say this is slightly more efficient. Until that happens. Until I start dropping things. But oh well. It's fine. It's another wonderful morning to be alive. So, let's do... Yeah, we'll just do 3. Do small numbers, easy to control. Sure thing, Fire. You're allowed to have an opinion. I kinda wish I got more firewood split yesterday, though. I only did 2 wheelbarrow loads. But I am starting to actually get a little bit more room carved out of the driveway. Because I need more room in my driveway so I can park my car in it. Because right now, I cannot park my car in my driveway. I do not have room in my driveway for that. But I do think once we get this daikon diced up, we'll be doing really well. Ooh, wait, I think kill's done. Boiling. And I was real correct to grab a glove for that. Ooh-wee. Okay. I want to show Fire some love. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Then actually get that where it needs to be. So. And we continue. And with the dicing of the veg. Yeah, so far things have been going pretty good. Still got some... Well, I'm forever procrastinating actually on getting my blackberries cleaned up. I really, at some point, need to get that done. Because I've got... So, my blackberry... So, blackberries are a cane crop. And cane crops, year 1, they'll send up a growth shoot. They'll send up a stem. Then year 2, they will fruit. Then they actually make their fruit. And then in year 3, the cane dies. And I have a lot of dead canes. So many dead canes I gotta clean up. I have so much work on that. And I've been honestly too busy dealing with all the other things I gotta deal with in order to do it. Low energy, Sugi, you forgot to have coffee. I don't really do coffee. Also, I'm just low energy because of the after effects of drinking yesterday. And also, hello and welcome in, Haggle. Hope you're feeling better than me. I mean, I'm not feeling terrible, but... Woo! I am feeling the after effects. Probably. Because honestly, the biggest issue I have when I drink a lot... Got some country wine brewing. Ooh, nice. That sounds good. I actually want to try making an actual wine. I mean, I've made blackberry wine, but I've never actually made like a grape wine before. I think if I was wanting to do like a 1-gallon batch, my one grapevine will probably do enough. Will probably get me enough grapes for a 1-gallon batch. Potentially. Let's see. Because it's either I go down that route or I actually have to get like a concentrate juice. Which my homebrew store has. You know about carbonic maceration? Oh gosh. That sounds familiar. I've probably read about it. But I can't actually think of what it is right now. Right, I want to say it's probably a process. I'm scratching a barely working brain and it's not working out. But it does sound familiar. Cool. Not getting hit with smoke, but I'm getting hit with, like, heat. Cornucopious amounts of heat. The weight of grapes crush themselves, the juice produces seed. Ah. Okay. But yeah, wine's still actually, like, a very, unknown territory for me. I do not have a great deal of experience with the wine. I mean, it's also because I like beer more. Isn't that what happens to Han Solo when he was carbon frozen? The natural yeast in the grapes then ferment the grapes, extracting tannins from the skin. Yeah. Because I know you actually want to get, like, some tannins from, like, this... From, like, the grape skins when you make a wine. Which I think... I don't know if you're working with... Do you like tannins? I mean, I like tannins. I mean, I will... I mean, this isn't brewed tea, but... Sometimes when I brew tea, I will make tea very strong. To the point where I have, like, a bit of a tannic taste to it. You can use stems too, just not too much, yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can maintain a diagonal here on these cuts. Failing miserably, actually. What I need to do, knife parallel to cutting board, carrot. Actually, wait. These look too small. Yeah, because if I do because I don't have enough rounds. They're not big enough rounds. So, like, medium tannin, I guess. You got red grapes or white? I think they're a red grape. Granted, funny enough, they turn bluish purple when they're fully ripe. The variety is called Mars. and it's a variety that's good for either table grapes or wine grapes. They're like a kind of catch-all variety. I want to have like sticks like this, and I'm not going to get sticks like this with the small diameter of this carrot. So I have a different idea. Look, because I want sticks. Woo! Hey, fire. Stop. And then one more. Perfect. Jeepers creepers. Apparently it tastes like Concord. I don't know. It's the grapes I got. I mean, I'll work with what I got. I mean, that's basically the entirety of my life, working with what I got. Like right now, I'm just working with the level of health I have this morning. Which isn't perfect. But just because I'm broken doesn't mean I still can't work. I can still cook. And still also do the stream because this is actually really great weather to be out in the driveway cooking. Let's see. I want to get orientations correct. Let's go parallel with the root. And one more. Reasonables. Perfect. That's kind of what I want there. Nice. Like matchsticks. And now we get to see why it's called Kouhaku. It's red and white. Well, it's orange and white. I couldn't find red carrots. I did try going to a farmer's market near me to see if they had red carrots. Did not have red carrots. But I did find it's actually an old man and an old lady, and they keep bees and sell honey. So when I'm ready to make some mead, I think I have a supplier. So mead will be made eventually. I just don't know when I'll get around to it. Who knows? We might do it. We'll see how the summer goes, because if this summer turns ultra hot on me, I am not going to be able to be outside and stream. So we're going to be doing probably a lot of shop time. Granted, I do want to get one more. Blacksmithing stream in before it gets too hot. Because boy, oh boy, that forge does make my basement warm. I mean, I do get some bonus cooling from the heat pump water heater, but I don't think it's substantial. Man, stickifying everything is definitely work. But hey, you know what? That's what you need to do to get textures, though. You need to get it to the right size. But yeah, this is better. This is better than rounds. Slower. Been doing things the way I was doing them with the daikon. Know about Fermade? Alright. Fermade alright? What? Wait, is that like a fermented lemonade? Or is it something else? Is it off the top of my head? I don't I don't recognize it. Tomato, it's organic nutrient for... Oh! Is it similar to yeast nutrient? If it's similar to yeast nutrient, I have some of that stuff lying around. Because I bought some for when I made the blackberry wine because... Actually, 1 second here. Let me finish. One more cut. Okay. One moment. Yeah, it's a yeast nutrient. Okay. Because here is my magic pet. Okay, yeah. So I've got yeast energizer, nutrient booster. Oh. Wait, did I? Did I lose camera? I lost camera. Why did I lose camera? You had your magic. Oh, that's why I lost camera. I'm sorry, GoPro. GoPro can't take the heat. But there's solutions for that. Solution number one is I am going to back it off. Yes. Battery? No, it's not battery, it's heat. GoPro overheated. Because the GoPro is kind of close to the fire. It's actually one of the reasons why I stopped doing direct overhead. Actually. I'm gonna move it more. Which is funny, because I actually threw a rag on it. Before I started. Because I figured it probably would overheat. Granted, I didn't think it was going to happen that soon in. Normally if it overheats, it's like... Like I get like at least... like better part of an hour into the stream. So... We're going to bring you back. I'm going to add some water to this rag. That's at least that's at least like one of the side benefits of the GoPro is actually, and you know what? Why GoPro is just cooling off, you guys can just look at the background room. Because I'll finish cutting up the carrots, and then I'll try restarting the GoPro and we'll go from there. Because if I let it rest for about a decent amount of time, it should be fine. And then once we actually start cooking, though, if I've got something like sitting on the fire pit, then it's fine. Because then, like, the tea kettle would absorb the heat. Because really what hurts the GoPro is the radiant heat from the fire. It's not like the actual like warm air, it's just the heat. Like the heat you feel on your hand when you hold your hand up to a fire. It's that type of heat. Good old infrared heat. Okay, so that sticked. I don't know how to feel about that. Vegetables are getting warm. And I think I'll just leave the circle bits. Okay. Sure. Oh. I do like it was cute. It was like, notice GoPro turned off because of excessive heat. So, which actually, I'm gonna make its life a little bit easier too. After I'm gonna grab some water for tea. Then I'll just throw the tea kettle back on. Because the tea kettle will block most of the straight radiant heat, because radiant heat produced by those coals is definitely significant. Anyway, as I was saying, Energizer is just dab, provides energy, but it's kind of like sugar energy, doesn't provide macronutrients. Oh, okay. Wait a second. I actually have there's 4 or 5 things in that bag. That's all specifically related to wine. Which is why all that stuff's in that bag. There. That's gonna make the GoPro a lot happier. Need some water for that. And then that can chill right there. Dangerous stuff I'm watching at midnight. It will make me hungry. Welcome in, Vicky the Rat. I don't know if it'll make you too hungry. Right now we're currently talking about winemaking. What else do I got in my bag? Because I've got potassium campton tablets, which is the sanitizer. Brother, there's cheese in the title. I will starve. I have acid blend, peptic enzyme, and then I have the energizer. So, yeah, I suppose if I were to do, I don't know, I'll look into what I need when I actually get to the point where, when I actually have to, make wine. If I need stuff more than this, which I have a pretty well-stocked homebrew shop, so it should be good on that front. But yeah, we've got some nice cheese today. Because this recipe calls for fancy cheeses like Parvati cheese and Ligure from Switzerland. Alright, well, feel free to ask me anything. Oh, okay. I mean, I'll probably be hitting you up on that once I actually figure out when I actually want to do it. Because, let's see, right now I've got... What's fermenting right now? The golden ale. I have the golden ale fermenting now. I gotta get a Hefeweizen done. And then we'll see what the brew schedule looks like. Else. Okay. Wait. Because I was using my salt to hold open my book. Oh yeah. So, once we got all of our carrots, daikon, in a bowl, a few pinches of salt, lid, and then we just gotta mix it. Hey, Spaghetti! Ziggy, hi! Good to see you. Good to see you too. I hope you're having a good Sunday morning, if it's morning. Apparently, it's night for Vicky the Rat. Try and get a yeast nutrient. It's basically yeah. It supports the wine. Wait, wine rice and all nice and steady, and gives it what it needs to. Okay. But yeah, I'll be looking into that when I decide to make the wine. Oh yeah, it's great. I'm about to listen to your stream and repot some plants. Nice. Appreciate you for keeping me company. Oh, no problem. That's just the fun of streaming. Doing stuff, having conversations with people, and trying to collect my thoughts. That's the hard part. So we now get to make pickling. You. Ooh. It also tastes like Cheeto dust. He's like, oh man. That reminds me of, actually, as a kid, I took a tour of, I think, one of Lay's factories, and they had a room called the Spice Room, where they stored, like, all the spices for, like, Doritos and some of the various, like, chip brands they would make. It was the smell of that room was nice, but also very assaulting. Like, being in a room that stores, like, several tons of spices, like, the spice smell just assaults you. But it was a fun, neat experience. And I now need to figure out my liquid ingredients. All small amounts of stuff. Salt and peppers. Let's see here. So, got myself some sugar. So there's sugar. I love how every time I go to grab the salt, I lose. Oh, my book wants to close on me. Just a bit of salt, not a lot. We've already salted the veg. And next is vinegar. I'm just using a basic white vinegar for this. Go. That's the fun thing about the Kouhaku. It's a very easy thing to make. Once you can actually How dare you? How dare I what? Talk about salt? I don't know what I've done. Granted, my brain is also not working very quickly. And plain white. Well, it just calls for vinegar. It just says vinegar, and I have like the most amount of the plain white vinegar. I mean, I also have like balsamic vinegar. I have red wine vinegar. You know what? Maybe actually going with red wine would have been nice. What are you making again? It's Kouhaku Namasu. It's basically it's a quick and easy pickle using carrots and daikon. And I'm making this recipe because my garden is producing way too much daikon, and I need to use it up. And also, I figured I'd do a twofer stream. Because sounds like a rice vinegar thing. Yeah, probably rice vinegar would be better. But the recipe did not specifically call for rice vinegar, so it does not get rice vinegar. It just gets standard vinegar. Yeah, close enough. Yeah, pretty much. It's like brewing. Like, yeah, we get close enough to where we want to be. It's fine. Like, I don't get like super like sciencey with brewing, which some people do, and like, hey, if that's your speed, that's your speed. Vinegar is super easy to make though, and the result is pretty darn good. Yeah, it's just you just can't make vinegar in a fermenter that you wish to make alcohol though. Because congratulations, you just turned that fermenter into a vinegar maker. And it's now dedicated for vinegar. Because that is how the vinegar goes. I'm almost 100% dissolved. Few stubborn bits left, though. Come on, dissolve. I don't believe in such things. And when you get lactic acid bacteria into fermenter or whatever, like that fermenter is now just stuck. Although I guess I do like kombucha. I actually never really done much kombucha. That might have to be another frontier for me at some point. I do want to get I want to get mead off my list though. Gotta make some mead, man. Let's see. Can I finish this off? Good stuff. Real good stuff. Well, then you definitely want organic nutrient if you're making mead. Yeah. It seems to check out. Cool. So, next step. We're gonna read like this. Squeeze. Using both hands, squeeze liquid out of the daikon and carrot mixture thoroughly, and then put them in a clean container. If you're using yuzu or lemon peel, add it now. Pour the pickling mixture over the vegetables. Gently loosen them with chopsticks or a fork to ensure flavors are evenly distributed. Honey got 40 pp. Juice, for example. Oh yeah. And then I gotta put a lid on the container and allow Allow the pickles to rest in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes, although overnight is preferable for flavor to permeate throughout. To serve, top with roasted sesame seeds. So, pretty straightforward recipe. So, for those who wish to see the actual recipe, so it calls for 500 grams daikon, 50 grams carrot, 1 yuzu or lemon, optional, some salt, roasted sesame seeds to serve, and that's basically like to make the actual pickle. Then for your pickling liquid, you want 100 ml vinegar, 20 to 25 grams of sugar, 2 grams of salt, and then 15 milliliters of citrus juice of your choosing. Here are the vegetables. We're actually going to go in this container. Actually. Hey, what do you know? Things can actually fit. I did not expect that to happen. Granted, I'm not expecting to get much water out of these guys. I'll give them a nice little squeeze. I'm not sure how much water you're supposed to actually draw out of this. The salt has drawn out some water though. Like we do have a nice little bit of fluid down at the bottom of this glass bowl here. Oh. Bird! Bird doing bird things. Oh, actually, we actually did draw out quite a reasonable bit of water. Let's see here. Get a little bit more taken care of. Yep. Wonderful. Clean out the bowl. And there we go. Yeah, I actually got a little bit of water out of that. And then, use a nice little shake. And a nice, actually no. So let's get our pickling liquid. Gonna give it a nice little stir. And pour it in with soon be pickled veg. And fork. And I'm just doing the fork thing to just kind of like toss it. Kind of get the liquid to coat everything, since everything's not being submerged beneath the stuff. And now, for a lot of pickles, you want to have like some sort of like weight on them to keep them in the pickling liquid. Where'd that go? It's underneath my book. So, a lot of what I've been reading in this book just calls for a plate. And this plate is pretty. It fits nicely within this glass bowl, so it will help keep the pickle in its solution. So, with that is the Kouhaku Namasu done. Now, I'm gonna run into the basement and throw this in the fridge, and then we get to make cheese cauliflower next. And that's one book, one recipe done. Yeah, we actually get to do the hard one, because holy smokes. when I was reviewing the cheese cauliflower recipe, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be some work. It's gonna be some work. Okay. I better get my recipe out, because, well, I don't have enough sense to keep my sense together. So, I'm also going to be cutting this recipe in half just because it makes like 4 to 6 servings. I only have so much room, and also it calls for using 2 racks in the oven. And I don't have racks for my Dutch oven, so it's just going to get put into the Dutch oven. Medium heat, melt half the butter. Which actually, I think we'll do, let's see. Oh snap, I forgot the thyme. I can grab it though. I thought you said 2 racks in the oven for a moment. Nope, racks. Sorry. I'm not gonna be throwing any rats in the oven. Don't worry about it, Vicky. So I think I should probably get the cauliflower prepped, and then we can start worrying about the rest of this recipe. Eventually, I need to worry about my fire action. Actually, worry about it now. I actually do got some oak. Hopefully I can get some good coals out of it. And if I get good coals, that's going to help me with my Dutch oven. That's the tool. Okay. I have now remembered the tool I forgot to grab. And a tool I forgot to grab a shovel. To scoop coals. Knew it. I always forget one thing. There's always one thing that I forget to grab. Ooh. Come on, cauliflower. Cauliflower! Look at that beauty! It's a beautiful piece of vegetable. And I like my vegetables. I also like cheese. I like a lot of things in life. But vegetables are great. Cheese is great. So many things are great. Okay. So, this is actually kind of my first time working with cauliflower. Because typically when I'm more of a broccoli guy. So, kind of find it strange that they left all the leaves on here. But, okay, so shouldn't have to worry too much about actual cutting too much. I don't think so. I just got to reduce it to like, for example, let's break this. There we go. So I'm gonna just break this off into. Yeah. That's pretty reasonable. I don't know how big I want to be with it. I'm okay with a little chunkiness, though. Yep. Crunchy, delicious vegetables. Remember, kids, eat your vegetables. Small bite size, perhaps? I'll go double bite size. Because this is going to get baked, And I suspect it's going to shrink a bit. Is mine... But yeah, if they come off in small bite sizes, then we'll work with small bite sizes. But if we... Actually, I think it would just be nice to have like a mix of stuff. Like, some can be a little bit larger, some can be a little bit smaller. Doesn't matter too much. At the end of the day, it's going to be delicious. Because we're covering it in cheese. Like the best thing that mankind figured out how to do. Like, hey, we're gonna take some like milk, and we're gonna control circumstances of it for a little while, and we're gonna then have cheese. Oh, don't go anywhere. Not supposed to go anywhere. And that oak's burning nicely and not hissing, which is good, because I didn't know if it was dry or not. Because I got it last year. I didn't know if there had been enough time for it to dry out properly. One of the reasons why I want to get all my oak firewood it's currently in the driveway. The big logs, which you guys will get to see that on Wednesday. Because Wednesday is going to be the 2-year anniversary of this channel. I've been doing this for 2 whole years. Like, shucks. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, chunky. Like chunky. So, we'll be... It can kind of be like a variety stream of sorts. Actually, and then for this... Yep. What I want. They've been a little bit aggressive with that guy, but that's fine. It's fine being a little bit aggressive. And then this... Let's see, how far can I chuck this into the garden? Ooh, hit the peas. It went all the way to the peas. Which... Those poor peas are like... We do not like these like 80-degree temperatures. Peas do not like warm temperatures. They like cool temperatures. And that's something I have in common with peas. Is I prefer lower temperatures. I do reasonably alright in heat, but cooler temperatures are just more pleasant. And I think for this, we'll just try to cut a little bit off. And there we go. Cauliflower. Prepped. Done. Granted, I'm going to have to... At some point in all this process, I have to probably throw the BRB screen on, take a bathroom break, and have to go grab some thyme out of the garden because I forgot to grab thyme. Because I'm me. I always forget like 1 or 2 things. Regardless of how much I think I prepare. I'm gonna get... Yeah, I'm gonna get good gloves. Goat skins are just not enough. It's pronounced time. I don't use words good. Like, I never went to high school. I didn't learn that stuff. You can't make as many jokes if you pronounce it the other way. Okay, fair. You know what? For humor and puns, it's definitely worth it. Ugh. Oh, that's a good copious amount of hot water. Actually, I don't even think I need a cutting board, but I'll worry about that later. Half butter until bubbly. Add pan. Panko! Pepper! And where's my salt? And salt. And I'm gonna need butter and a butter knife. Butter knife. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Oh, I think I've got a pretty low heat going. Might have to move that oak or maybe move the pan over. How much did you drink last night anyway? Good question. I can probably comfortably say at least 9 beers. But that's like over the course of like the whole day. Because I actually stopped, because I had my last beer with my dinner anyway. But I had so much. Oh, hey now. Anyone know? Somewhat level? Somewhat level. But yeah. It's just my issue is if I drink enough. If I drink too much, I'll get very, very sleepy. So even if I'm like, okay, at this point in time, because I had my like last beer at like 8 p.m. I was planning to go to bed at like 10, so give me a couple hours to like drink water. I'll have like my roasted barley tea, all that good stuff. It still took a little while to. My issue is I usually fall asleep because that much alcohol makes me very sleepy. That's my biggest issue. That's one of my bigger issues with alcohol is it makes me so incredibly sleepy. And then I just pass out before finishing my hydration regime, and then I wake up at like 3 a.m. and it's like, I fell asleep too early. I didn't hydrate enough. Okay, well, I at least got the fire pit a little bit more level. Because that was actually one thing I did, is I made sure to kind of level out the fire pit. I knew I was going to be using a saucepan to make stuff. Ooh. Look at that butter. Hey, butter. So, I think I'll... Hey, can I... This number? Yeah, that's a bit better. Gets me a little bit more off all that heat, because I've got quite a bit of heat there. So, let's grab some panko. And let's start cooking it. Yep, that fire's putting out heat. And at some point I gotta actually prepare. I could just hit that with a pinch of salt and a couple grinds of pepper. And that's gonna cook for 6-ish minutes. Just kind of get it toasted. Yeah, it's not. That's actually reasonable. I like that. It's warm, but it's not like super warm. Not too much heat. Because heat control is the biggest issue with cooking over a fire. able to be doing cauliflower. We'll actually be cooking cauliflower next. So I want to say, while this is doing its thing, I don't want to get some cheese grated. Blubber cheese. Oh. Sorry, I'm not articulating my words. It's also because I'm like turning away from the mic. That's really the biggest issue, is I turn away from the mic and I keep speaking. I probably shouldn't be doing that. But whatever. Knife. Knife. Grater. Grab. Big bowl. I like how you were just disappointed. I mean, it's just whatever, you know? I mean, I just... Thing is like, I'm just like a really live, let live kind of guy. I mean... And I'm starting to see some of the edges of that. Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's actually going to toast up nicely. Yeah, we'll just get it off that edge. Oh boy. Fire's warm. Fire's very warm. Okay. Okay. So, I got this cheese open. Ooh! Oh man. No wonder that's an expensive cheese. That smells real good. But yeah, like, this 7 ounces of cheese, I think this set me back like 12 bucks or something? 10 bucks? Maybe 12, 13. It was expensive. It's expensive cheese. So. And thankfully I don't need a lot of it. Like, I think I need like 2 ounces. Oh. What that might be what I want. But you know what? I'll also be generous with my amount of cheese because I like cheese. Cheese is good. It's my least favorite thing with a grater. That's my least favorite thing with a grater. When you get close to the end and it's like, don't wanna. But if there's a few cheese chunks in there, that's perfectly fine. Oh. You know what they say? If you doubt the amount of cheese you have, just add more. Oh. Since I kind of have some doubts, I'm just gonna grate a little bit extra. And then hopefully support that right. And that failed. It's brittle cheese. Very brittle cheese. Honestly, you're melting. Yeah, but, well, some of it's going to get melted, and I think some of it's going to get used as topping. Is why I want to have it grated. It's a little bit of both. I'm not going to be worried about big chunks, actually. Shucks, I don't need much, but... Granted, that is toasting wonderfully. Grading step is arguably entirely optional. Yeah, it seems fair. Gives me something to do while that's cooking, though. Actually, does it call for grade? Oh, it calls for shredded. But, I mean, this is shredded, graded. Same thing. It's a very peculiar cheese smell, though. Not something I've had. I mean, granted, I also didn't grow up in the type of family that bought, like, fancy food stuff, so I'm gonna consider that reasonable. That seems like a reasonable amount of cheese, because there's more cheese to go. This is gonna be the Havarti cheese, which, speaking of things I need to be worried about, guessing it has a sharp smell to it. Yeah, it has a... How do I describe that smell? It's not sharp, but it's peculiar. I think it's like a... I don't know if it's a lamb-based cheese or not. Reasonably done. Pungent. Prime is great. That's a good spot for that pan. I will say, that is one of my favorite things with doing things at here is being able to stand up just gives me so much more counter space. Gives me a little bit of flexibility too. Here. We're gonna grate this guy up, and then we're gonna keep cooking. I'm gonna take things one time at a time, because yeah, reasons. I'm currently debuffed this morning. Putting it nicely. Granted, I like how my fire has burnt down, yet it is still absolutely producing quite a bit of heat. Quite a bit of heat. Oh. This guy opened up. Actually, how do you smell? I'm curious. Neutral? Not much of a smell? Nothing particularly stands out? Smells good. Smells like cheese. It's a soft cheese, though. It's also the reason why I'm trying to work these cheeses one at a time. To keep them from getting warm. I'm a little concerned about that. I don't want the cheese getting warm until I cook it. What kind of cheese is that one? This is Havarti cheese. Shucks, me and my buddy actually went to a grocery store on the other end of town just because I knew that grocery store would have, like, these fancier cheeses. But yeah. It's cream Havarti. Extra creamy classic Danish style cheese. Proudly cheesy Wisconsin. Oh man. What kind of... Oh. But yeah. Wisconsin is a great place. Oh yeah. That's good cheese. Oh, now that I've got a reasonably happy amount of cheese, I'm gonna get my grater cleaned off, and Wisconsin mentioned. Wisconsin's great. I was in the Wisconsin earlier this year, and I had an absolute ball. You should You stand of both at the same time? Oh, shred of both at the same time? One moment. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Oh, wow. That's good. That's a good. I like that. And that melted, that flavor being melted on a cauliflower? Good. What do they like? It's like creamy, savory. I really don't know. I don't have enough food words. Also, I can't use like the higher level of my noggin right now. So, you yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm terribly weakened right now. I mean, it's actually not too, like, it's not, like, it doesn't hurt to think, but I am definitely not at 100%. Definitely not 100%, but that is fine. I will survive. Could be worse. I've had much worse. Really, this comes down to the fact that it was less amount of alcohol and more of not rehydrating properly. Okay. So, I want to get the rest of this out. Let me grab a paper towel. Paper towel. Have a bong rip, Sugi? That would fix you up? No. I don't want to be fixed up like that. Actually, hey, it's a whole bunch of that. Where'd that bowl go? Goes back on the fire. Paper towel gets burnt. And let us apply water to the pan. And as the pan watered. Rinse out the saucepan. No need to wipe. Dry. Fill halfway with water. Add 2 cups of cauliflower and a large pinch of salt. Bring to a boil over medium-high heat and cook for 7 to 9 minutes. Use the heat to low, cover with lid, simmer until the cauliflower is very soft, about 15 minutes. Drain well. Ooh. Add cauliflower to a blender with milk. Blend until very smooth. It's okay. I've come not to expect anything too cerebral from a Sugi stream. Well, I'm glad that you don't have high expectations for me. Thank you for being kind to me in that regard. So, let's go ahead. Isn't it appropriate? That isn't an appropriate use of a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Wait. Gosh, which one? Like Mirror Force? Granted, my brain's going so slow, I'm now thinking of describing cheese using Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which... Holy smokes, that could be really funny. I could see that being hilariously funny. Describing cheeses with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Oh man, that'd be great. Okay, I don't need you. So at some point... As a... Oh, as a page marker? Oh, yeah. Oh. We're actually doing Pokemon. I've got Parasect as my bookmark for Cookbook. Never written. Hide your cheese. Oh, cheese is great. Cheese is great. It deserves to be celebrated. Let me grab some cauliflower. And then, since we're going to be boiling this for a little while, I think we're going to go in with, like, our smaller chunks of cauliflower. Also, hello and welcome in. Never written. I'm a little bit low energy this morning, so... And I will need roughly a cup of cauliflower. And I gotta think about how I want to do... I'm going in with all the smaller pieces because this is all gonna get blended. And smaller pieces will fit in my blender, which my blender is very small. I have a very small blender. Because we're actually using... Essentially, we're just using like a mini food processor. Your picture is breaking up again. It might be overheating again. If it occasionally does like a glitch thing, like especially with movement, that's actually normal. If it glitches a bit, especially when like my hand moves too quick or something moves too quick, perfectly normal. Probably like the only real downside to using a GoPro as a webcam. But it is so much better than what I was using before. It has been an improvement. It was doing that before it went down. Oh, let's see here. Let's take your temperature. No, I can actually keep my hand on it. It's not overheating. Okay, I'd say that's... There's our cup of cauliflower. Here's 1 cup of cauliflower that's going to get boiled. And also speaking of hot electronics. Let me see if I can find the photo. I have a photo. Let me turn up the brightness. So the other day at work, you auto-turned. Don't auto-turn. So, that little metal cylinder thing, that thing is called a capacitor. And it failed, and it was causing someone's AC to not work. Well, in the course of taking it out of the unit, I noticed it was very hot to my hands. And I don't think you guys can see the thermometer, but the thermometer's reading 124 degrees Fahrenheit. That capacitor was so incredibly cooked. Capacitor that size is also known as a bomb. It's not known as a bomb. Ooh, whoops. I grabbed the wrong end of the fire poker. I want to get a little bit more from this guy. I thought they would get up to boiling a bit quicker than what it's doing. I think it's wanting to boil, though. Not too bad. But I've got my hands dirty, but that's what I've... Sour garlic. Woo! Sucks. Okay, that's exciting. Someone's having more fun than me. Because I'm hearing noises. Sounds like garbage truck noises? I mean, it feels weird for the garbage trucks to be running on a Sunday, but... we did have a holiday. So it makes sense they would be running. Okay. Now, what do I want to do? I want to do some tea. Oh. I'll do English roast. For my next tea. And this will probably... I don't know if this will be the last tea for the day or not. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, also, don't neglect your water. Especially don't neglect your water when dealing with the post consequences of alcohol consumption. Well, the next day consequences of alcohol consumption. Come here, you. Oh, wow. It's still exceptionally warm. I think it's exceptionally warm. Actually doesn't feel too bad. We'll let that sit for a minute and then we'll see how that will do. So, actually, I actually think I could, yeah, I could probably get away without using a colander for draining the liquid at the end, because I do have a lid for the saucepan, so I should be good on that front. Yeah. Just things are going to get also extra exciting when I get the Dutch oven out. So, actually, what do I... I don't know. I don't think I want to do a bathroom break just yet. I think I'm pretty good for now. Just have to remember at some point when I do it, I have to grab thyme and a shovel. I need a shovel to put coals on top of the Dutch oven. What? Oh no, it's boiling. It's coming up in boil. Okay, and then we're gonna want milk. And hopefully this works as a blender. Because I really chewed up the center of this plastic using the drill. So I just sent a screw in there. So hopefully this will make a passable blender. And it's probably going to take... I'm probably going to have to do the cauliflower in a couple batches. Just because this isn't very big, but this is also very portable. It doesn't take up a whole lot of room, because even though... Honestly, I just don't want to clean like my regular blender. Regular blender is just so big, heavy. Like I carried enough big, heavy things just to get all these ingredients down here. Granted, it's just also on me for like wanting to do like 2 recipes in one stream. But, ooh, bicycle. Nice. Oh, I love it when I get to see my people having fun. I'm having a different kind of fun though. Pretty good fun though. So, I think like, because I think like literally the most productive thing I did yesterday was just do some firewood chopping. Was that all I did productive yesterday? Yeah. Damn. Thought I did, but I would at least like to hope I did at least 1 or 2 more. Oh wait, you know what? I actually did do something productive. Another productive thing. I mowed grass yesterday. I forget about it because I did it first thing that morning. Yeah, I got the grass cut. And shucks, and then I did the firewood splitting in the afternoon, and I just sweated buckets, because holy smokes, it was hot. Oh yeah, that's also another thing I can rant about. Another incoming rant. Sometimes I truly wonder why I put up with urban firewood, because holy smokes, the amount of twisted grain, wood grain that you have on them, on these trees, man. Because one of the things with urban trees is the branches tend to go much lower, closer to the ground, and because they go lower and closer to the ground, you end up with like more knots, more twisted grain. All sorts of things that make splitting firewood a pain in the butt. Yep, that was eyes full of smoke. But yeah. Urban firewood is not fun to split. Granted, when you get to those sections of log where the grain actually runs straight, and... Ooh, butterfly. When the wood grain actually runs straight, man, it splits so beautifully. It splits so incredibly beautifully. And it's just like, oh, yay, my job got easier. Because, ow. That probably wants cool water. Cooler water. We'll just cut it with a little bit of that. And I'll take care of that. But yeah, getting to those sections of the log where all the grain runs straight and parallel splits wonderfully. Splits really wonderfully. I just wish there was like more sections in some of the wood I work with, because man, like some of the wood I work with is just like rough, and I'm just like, man, why? Why does this gotta be hard, man? Why you gotta make this hard? Oh, there you are. I was looking for you. I want the fork. Fork's gonna tell me how easy, because if I can easily pierce the cauliflower with the fork, then my cauliflower's done. Oh. Yeah, I should probably just threw some of my teakettle of water in there. Would have been a lot warmer than just using like the room temperature water that I had. But yeah. Oh yeah. Also, well, actually, I don't know. Should I talk about that? Or should I just throw it on the schedule and you guys can find it out on the schedule? I might go that route. Yeah, we'll probably go down that route. That'll be fun. But yeah. Shucks. Oh, wait a second. Actually, I actually have just the thing to do. It depends if I know how to do this. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing this in real time. Okay. Oh dearie. Oh, poor computer. That's... Okay, and option. Okay. Let's see. I want 3 options here. Or wait, can I actually just edit? Yes. Yes. Ah. Yep. Oh no. I added one too many ice to that. And I wish I had more cloud cover. Okay. Not spell. Yes, I cannot spell. Okay. Let's see. Not like how I spelled that. I don't know. That. Yes. Okay. Does that work? Oh, okay. So I can just let it run, and then I can choose it. Choose when it ends. Okay. Okay. So this is literally the first time I've done a poll. So yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys vote on what I should do for next Sunday stream. So basically, what activity do I get into this time next week? I was actually wanting to set it up before stream, but I was running late because I was dragging. So but yeah, I got that done though. Then we'll put a cover on that, and we'll just let that simmer for a while. That should. Oh. Ah, I can grab that. Yay! Woo! There we go. Ooh. Ah, nice. Okay. Well. Yeah, so we're gonna let this simmer. And we got some blending. And then, let's see. Same saucepan, melt remaining butter over medium heat, add flour, garlic, cook, whisking constantly until the garlic is softened. Flour lightly toasted, about 2 minutes. Pour in the blended cauliflower and thyme. Increase heat to medium-high, bring to a simmer about 5 minutes. Whisking frequency, reduce heat to medium and cook. Whisking frequency until the sauce is thickened. Consistency of a creamy gravy. Gravy! Turn off the heat under the saucepan and add cheese. In full time, whisking well after each addition. Continue whisking until the cheese is melted and sauce is smooth. Season with salt, black pepper, and cover. Okay, so it's going to be all that prepping. In a large bowl, toss the remaining cauliflower with the olive oil until well coated. Season liberally with salt and pepper. Toss once more. Divide the cauliflower between the 2 hot baking sheets. We're cooking in the Dutch oven, so no baking sheets here. And roast until just tender and deeply browned in spots, about 15 minutes, giving baking sheets a good shake and rotating them top to bottom after 10 minutes. So I will not be able to do that, but I don't know. I might be able to shake the Dutch oven. We'll see. On the bottom of the large serving plate. Okay. And then it just tells us what to do for the cheese sauce. Okay. That seems perfectly reasonable. Is this reasonable temperature? Oh boy, blacksmithing got a vote. So, if we do the blacksmithing thing, what I want to do is I actually want to make some like hooks for so I've recently been working on a French cleat wall project, and one section of that wall is going to be just for my blacksmithing tools. So I want to I actually just want to like make my own hardware to store the blacksmithing tongs I have. So that's gonna be the project, and depending on how things go, we might also do some other stuff. Granted, if we do blacksmithing, I have to buy propane this week because I do not have enough propane in my current tank to get me through a whole stream. But I do have 2 empties, and I'll get those filled. Okay, I'm gonna test this cauliflower to see how it's coming along. Oh, getting pretty soft. So I don't think it's probably going to be too much longer. Just make your own coal, like primitive technologies. I mean, just because this is Kentucky doesn't mean I'm gonna go mining for coal. Also, blacksmithing is best done with coke, and to also do a coke forge setup, I have to be like outside for that. Whereas the propane forge I have, that actually works in my garage, as long as I got the door open. Last blacksmithing stream, I had the garage door cracked, and that did not allow enough airflow, and things got very toasty very quick in the garage. Coke is the one where you cook the wood in the can. Coke is when you cook coal. When you cook coal, you get coke. When you cook wood in a can, you get charcoal, which you can actually forge in charcoal. I have mutual VTuber, Dad's Old Chop. He uses a charcoal burning setup, and he's actually been working on building a bellows for his forge. It's been like one of the big like arcs that he's been in. Ooh, 50%. Someone's voted for something else, but I can't tell on my end, but oh well. So he's got that going. I'm really looking forward to him getting his setup done, enough to the point where he starts doing some smithing streams, because he's actually he's a little bit further into that hobby than I am, because I'm still very much a baby beginner at blacksmithing. I've only done like, let's see, I made some brackets, I did some S-hooks, and then I made handles for my tool shed that I actually still need to work on those handles. I need to get a bench grinder. But I got other things to do before I can treat myself to a bench grinder, though. Granted, I am running out of shade, and I do not like running out of shade. Alternative Technologies is a channel, and uses nothing but and tries to extract and river mud. Been going for years. Yeah, I've seen this stuff. He got like 200 grams of metal. Yeah. Oh gosh, like going the actual primitive route is ultra hard in so many ways, especially considering, in fact, a lot of like easy resources that are like easy to get to, they're gone. Like way back in like the actual Bronze Age, human beings could just like find copper on the ground, like native copper by itself. Yeah, nowadays that copper doesn't exist anymore. There's no resources like that left. Well, no sources like that. There's a channel called The Engineer Guy, and he was talking about the process of copper smelting. Well, actually, copper extraction. It's a pretty cool process. And he was talking about how, like, modern copper mines work with, like, I think 5%? No, not 5. I think it was, like, either 8% of copper or 0.5% of copper in the ore, and they can process that to extract copper. And that's a really low concentration. Fire gets wood. Okay. Yeah. Fire, very hot. Area above fire, very hot. Okay. So, I am now starting to feel my bladder. So, I have to go grab my thyme from the front yard. I gotta get myself a shovel. And I gotta hit the restroom. So I'm gonna throw the BRB screen on, and I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back. And I have more screen brightness, cuz... Holy smokes. I'm starting to lose the shade from my shade cell. Chile, South America still has metallic copper. There's so much copper that Incas never developed the concept of smelting ores. Ah, cool. I didn't know if there was like actual native copper down there. Let's give these guys a test. Oh wow. You're soft. You're soft. Awesome. Oh yeah. Some of that stuff just is falling apart. That's excellent. What we want it to fall apart. So, glove. Okay. Oh wow, we hit a three-way tie. Exciting. Wonder who's gonna cast the tie-breaking vote. And that's cooked cauliflower. Right there. So this is when... So this gets the start of our cheese sauce going. Let's see. I know. Maybe you're gonna go in there. Time for the thing I had to go to the grocery store this morning. I had to go grab milk. Because I did not grab milk when I was purchasing ingredients for today. Well, yeah. Actually, can I run liquid in this? I think I should be. Yeah, I can run liquid in this. Ah. Cauliflower's warm, guys. Ow. Extra warm. Oh, man. Come on. I know you want to get in there. The food processor's your home. It's your happy place. Because you're going to go from big chunks of cauliflower to very little chunks of cauliflower. Quickly. With great violence. So. Grab milk. I always like how a lot of the recipes in the Stardew Valley Cookbook are all very involved. Very involved recipes. I'm gonna add a bit of milk to that. That way we get a nice slurry. So. Lid. Insert drill. And... Uh-oh. Oh. Too many crickets. My screw is not getting enough purchase. So, I'm gonna try subbing that screw out. With the blender unloaded, it worked. Granted, I think worst case scenario. Oh wow, that's not holding at all. Okay, so the 2-inch wasn't enough screw. I'll go up to 3. I have even longer screws. I'm hoping one of these guys works. Because... You know what? There's also another option. I think is also going to be very valid, and that's just using a fork to blend. To blend! Hold 2. Let's get in here and see what we can do. Okay. 2.5 was not enough screw. What I really need to do for this food processor is actually put a filler material. But that's what I get for trying to improvise things at the last minute. So... Okay. That turned out exactly how I expected it. It did not work. So we go to plan B. Because we just have to make a sauce, essentially. It's just, if I got this to work, that would be the easy route. Oh, wow. Went straight through. But when you're a guy who works on projects, you learn to improvise. We're gonna add some more milk. Since I'm now working with the entirety of the cauliflower. And we're going the back of the fork route. Now, this is gonna kind of get us a little bit more of a chunkier consistency than what I would have got out of the blender. Blender, I would have got this would have gotten a lot finer. Probably would have been a much smoother sauce, but you know, I was definitely a little bit unprepared for today, but that's on me. But I can still make it work, you know? Like, just because things don't necessarily go the way you plan doesn't mean you still have to, like, abandon the thing midway through. I think I need to upgrade that to a spoon. I'm hoping with a spoon I can get a good crush. Probably should have not have added in the milk. That was that's a mistake. It's making it too runny, but just gonna go through it, make sure I don't have any like large bits because this is technically supposed to be a sauce, so it's a reasonables. Perfect? No. Reasonable? Yes. I'm a bit worried about you, GoPro. Am I right? I'm gonna add some rag. No processor? No processor. I kind of lack a food processor. I had my improvised processor, and improvised processor wasn't enough processor. So, in the same saucepan, no need to clean it, melt the remaining butter. Drain well, add cauliflower to a blender with milk, blend until very smooth. Not very smooth, but that's fine. This is a solid fine. So, melt remaining butter, medium heat, add flour, garlic, cook. What? How much? So I'm going in with half tablespoon. Well, actually, probably a tablespoon of butter. What's my flour? 1 garlic clove. And some flour, not a lot. What do you have? Garlic mincer? Mortar and pestle? This device that does not have an electric motor. I have used the bottom of a ceramic cup once as a grinder. Ah, hey, that's actually good thinking. That's really good thinking. But this was my original game plan. Now, the plastic at the bottom of this guy. You do have a drill. Yeah. That was actually the thing. Oh, wait a second. Wood. Wait a second. Is this jank or genius? Now, in today's how do I want to go about this? I want to be reasonably intelligent about how I'm doing what I... Let me see if I can find one more thing. Okay. You have a drill slowly. Oh. Yeah, I think we have a reasonable solution here. It's not the best solution. Some sort of lid with a hole. We're doing something different than that. So, I zipped screw into the bladey bit, and then I have just this hanger as a holder to hold this, and then we can apply drill. And it doesn't get quite enough traction. Actually. Nope, I don't have the force. There's just not enough, the screw can't grip the plastic well enough. Honestly, I think it could probably work if I were to put some, like, epoxy and then drill into the epoxy. But really, at the end of the day, it's going to be a fine. I am unconcerned. Saucepan! Actually, let's go over on this side. A little bit less heat. I'm gonna keep my... and keep things relatively alright. Just a little bit of butter there. Followed up with where? Yes. Flour. Thicken the sauce. And time for the greatest, well, one of the other great ingredients we're using, and that's garlic. And the amount of garlic that is going to be used can be described as, yes, a yes amount of garlic. So, and I think this is just going to cook for a little while. And this is going to start to form the base of the sauce. You're done. Enough to end Dracula, of course. Yep, you're thinking in the correct metrics. That is correct thinking. Now, I'm always paranoid. Soften flour, lightly toasted, about 2 minutes. Pour in the blended cauliflower and thyme. Increase heat to medium heat, bring to a simmer. About 5 minutes, whisking frequently. Okay. Yeah, and then it's just like add switch. To grab 1 fresh sprig of thyme from the garden. So looking forward to actually being done with this recipe. When it talked about cooking cauliflower and then blending it, I was like, whoa, this is okay. We're in the involved territory. Like, man, just love how it's... Just gotta love how involved everything is. Okay. Ooh. And we might... I also have an idea here, so I'm gonna go in with my milk cauliflower mixture. Bowl. Place. So, my idea is I can use the back of this, kind of crush it, and that to kind of break it up. Holy smokes. Very warm. Very warm. Woo! Gotta have my spices, man. Actually, wait a second. I actually had dried thyme upstairs. I could have used that. And negligent. Could have been another way. Because this is a milk-based sauce. The amount of stirring this gets is also a yes. It gets a lot of stirring. Okay, cool. then once the sauce has thickened up, we can then go in with our cheese. So that's after that thickens up. I am glad I'm getting getting closer to the end. Still got a ways to go, but it's not. I'm not in the holy smokes. I'm still only halfway through this recipe. Granted, I really should have started getting ready for the stream a lot sooner, and then started early. Because we spent like an hour on the, well, I think we did a little bit less on the Kouhaku, but call for up in the heat a little bit at this point. This. No hidden half-done dishes under the table here. No, actually, since you want to mention no hidden half-done dishes here, yeah, there's nothing under the table. I can show you guys. There's no hidden half-done dishes here. Nothing hidden here. We're transparent. Or, I don't know, forthright? There's lots of ways to describe being, like, see-through. Yeah. Kind of need to... Kind of wondering what I should do, because... So, traditionally, normally, I have my propane forge sitting on this blackstone. And then I realized, man, every time I'm going to have to do a cooking stream, I'm going to have to move the forge, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I need to come up with like a slightly more permanent solution. Either another working table. Granted, I also really like the size of this. It's okayishly good size. It's like, it's not so big where I don't have access to the fire. But it has room for a cutting board, utensils, drink. It feels balanced. Gotta re-grab my fire poker. So we're probably gonna be doing some fire poking at some point. When we get, well, once the, that's actually starting to look really good. I'll probably let that cook for about another minute or two, then we'll take it off and we'll, okay, so. And then we can add cheese to it. The sweet, glorious cheese. Granted, I do like the fact that my fingers smell like thyme. Thanks to... Ah, nice, 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 nice. We're getting some cloud cover. Actually appreciate that. The fire's pretty decently warm. And getting some cloud cover just takes a little bit of that solar radiation off. Oh, big stretch. You too is made of meat and therefore susceptible to being seasoned. Oh man, seasons like my cast iron, or but yeah, humans are meat. It's actually kind of funny that how humans, when they eat other human, it actually does really weird things to their biology. Like, it makes you sick. Like, really sick. Granted, it's also, or at least supposedly, in, like, cases of cannibalism. It's kind of hard to do studies on something that is that terribly fraught with ethics violations. Okay, how much cheese am I using? Turn off the heat to the saucepan. Done. Add the cheese. A handful of time, whisking well. After each addition, continue whisking until the cheese is melted and the sauce is smooth. Season with salt and pepper and cover with the lid to keep warm. Cool. Easy. I like easy. Let's go in with a little bit of cheese into the sauce. Get access to my stirry. Oh, hey, Ari. Hello. I went home early since I didn't finish my game stuff, so I took PTO for my normal job to finish it. Ah, okay. Cool. How are you doing? You having a good weekend? Once we get that cheese mixed in, then we can go in with another handful. It's going to be add and stir, add and stir. Oh no, blacksmithing's at 50%. I'm trying to cram all the stuff I need for our local game convention, and I procrastinated. Ah. I feel that. I feel the procrastination. I've done a great number of procrastinations. Between my normal 12-hour shifts, Friday and Saturday, oh gosh. That sounds rough. Folks, I remember when I worked in warehousing and I actually volunteered for 12-hour shifts. Granted, one of the fun things about at one point in that warehouse job, I was one of the inventory people. But if I worked overtime, I did it in outbound, helping the outbound people. And because I was basically spending 4 hours doing one job and then 8 hours my normal job, it didn't really feel like a 12-hour shift just because I was doing like different things. Oh my gosh. It's cheesy. It's cheesier than my jokes and myself. It's impressive. Stay. Stay. And black pepper. Wonderful, wonderful pepper. Nice, generous helping. One of my friends and I play Minecraft with works in Outbound, and their department is in chaos. Yeah. I think I'll go in with like 2 pinches of salt. Not a lot. Just a little bit. Yeah, Outbound always had like so many issues. Well, Outbound was just busy. Outbound was also like there was always more work in Outbound than there is always in Inbound. For some reason, it's always easier to bring materials into a building, but it's so much more difficult to actually get materials out of a building. Oh man, blacksmithing is at 67%. Well, I guess I know what I'm doing next Sunday. Granted, we'll not, because I won't end the poll until I end stream. So, that is that cheese. There's our wonderful cheesy sauce. Right there. So, I need to put a lid on that. And that's going to keep this warm. I always forget how heavy you are. So freakishly heavy. So, large ball, toss remaining cauliflower with olive oil until well coated. Season liberally. Damn it! I don't want to be a YouTube commercial. Liberally. With salt and pepper, toss once more. Divide the cauliflower between 2 hot baking sheets where I have half the recipe, so we're going in with half. Oh, good morning, Kiwi. Hello and welcome in. Until... And then roast deeply brown in spots about 15 minutes, given the baking sheet. It's a good shake, and then a spread. Okay. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Time for the good old Kirkland signature olive oil. Best olive oil. My head hurts, so what's this? So we're doing cheese cauliflower out of the official Stardew Valley cookbook. Granted, I did start the stream making Kouhaku Namasu, which is like a type of pickle. Because I have just so much daikon coming out of my garden right now. And that used daikon. So much daikon. I have so much daikon. So many radishes. Radishes everywhere. But that's fine. Radishes are delicious. We'll give these guys a nice coating olive oil. And I also do like the amount. Like we don't have thick. Yeah, radish. Oh, we have a non-radish enjoyer. Oh man. You're missing out on life, Kiwi. Granted, I assume you like... I'm assuming you're more of a fruit person. I mean, I like fruit, but I'm definitely more on team vegetables here. Gonna go in with black pepper. I'm gonna be generous with my black pepper. I like pepper. Then, I like vegetables and fruit. I'm okay with some meats. Okay, so seem very close to my sensibilities then. Because I don't like chicken. The only pork product I can consume is bacon. And then I'm okay with most beef products. I'll eat meats, but it's way too cooked. Chicken is mid. Oh man. Those are fighting words in some people's circles. Pork ain't that good. My body does not like ham or deli meats. I can only really, like, literally stomach bacon. Bacon's good. Everything else that comes off a pig, I'm not interested in. Honestly, I just never tried any recipes with radish, but Andrew's very picky eater, so I never cooked with it. You're not missing out. Bacon is good, yeah. Like, bacon is, like, the best. Probably what the B in bacon stands for is best. So, it's all that. Coated, set up, good to go. Actually, how aggressive do I want to go about this? How do I wish to go about this? I can try this method out. So, I'm gonna have Dutch oven there. Where's my shovel? Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's fun. So cooking outside? Yep. Actually, wait. This actually might be one of you seeing one of my first, like, campfire cooking streams. But yeah, I do campfire cooking streams. Grab. How about all those coals right there? Oh yeah, look at all those coals. But yeah, we cook outside. Ooh, fire. Yes, fire good. Fire entertaining. Fire entertains me and chat. You're gonna put another log in? Eventually. Probably. Quite likely. Woohoo! Getting coals in places I don't want coals, but that's fine. Then that seems reasonable there. It's all char. Yeah, it's all charcoal. I think that should be pretty reasonable for the Dutch oven. Well, let's see. Yeah. Here. Get you. Do Dutch oven. So, we got coals on top. Let's put heat on the top. Then we've got heat coming up from the bottom. And that's going to cook that. Now. About probably a month ago. Bought a thing. Because, well, guy buys tools. So, I bought a Klein Tools infrared thermometer. So I can point it at stuff. Like the metal in my fire pit. And tells me the temperature of the metal in my fire pit. So right now the fire pit is sitting around 320. So I can point it at the... It's supposed to have a light... Oh, wait. Where? It's supposed to have like a laser dot. Ooh. Okay. It's just hard for me to see it. Okay, so the Dutch oven right now... 300. Slightly below 200. Bottom of the Dutch oven's nearing 400 though. So, whoa! I jumped to some scary numbers there. Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, that's why it's so light out. Oh no! Ah, sun! Bad! Sun bad. But yeah. So if the Dutch oven's like 300-ish degrees, that's really cool. Yeah, I picked this up just for doing these streams, specifically working with the Dutch oven. Because I used to have a temperature probe I could slip in there. But the temperature probe... Having a wire whenever I would want it... Because I'll actually be turning this after 5, 10... somewhere in like 5 to 10 minute range. I'll turn it just to get a little bit more of an even heat, and having that temperature probe in there made things really awkward for me to do that. So I was looking up solutions, and this seemed like a really reasonable solution. Granted, this fire is now smoking me. But yeah. Right now, the side of the Dutch oven's like 250. So so you don't replace the coals on top. So it depends on how long they last. And so a lot of my firewood, like this stuff, is soft maple, which doesn't really last super long in coal form. Now, I did throw some oak in here that I got last year, and that makes better coals. So some of these coals you see here and there, those are actually oak, which oak tends to make better coals, which you really want good coals for the Dutch oven. Then here's the log edition. Oh. Actually, wait a second. I have thoughts. Because there's actually... Because I got one more thing that I gotta get ready. My one last get ready is I gotta grate some Parmesan cheese. Honestly, sitting around the fire pit at night is the best. Yeah, log jam. Oh man, I love fire pit time. It's definitely a lot more comfy to do this at night than during the day. But I do like doing these streams. It was funny because it really wasn't part of my game plan when I was first planning on becoming a VTuber. Was doing this type of stuff. Wow. Let's see here. But when I was trying to think up of like other streaming ideas, I was like, you know what? Campfire cooking sounds like a lot of fun. Aw, I forgot the video editing software is on Andrew's computer. It better uses Linux. I mean, I've heard a lot of people have been switching over to Linux just because Windows has gotten just so garbage. I am considering it. Next thing you know, we're gonna watch paint dry. Don't tempt me. I mean, fire's pretty entertaining. I mean, look at the fire do fire things. I mean, I like watching fire do fire things. Granted, never think of watching paint dry. I just think of that one episode of Billy and Mandy where Billy and Graham walk up to Billy, and he's just in a room, literally watching paint dry. And then they start talking, and then Mandy starts talking to Billy, and Billy just goes, "Shh, this is the best part." And then you just hear all the paint set in like this like crackling noise. And then Billy and Grim just look at Billy, and well, Mandy and Grim look at Billy and just go, "Man, this guy, he's an idiot." But he's our idiot. Everyone's got to have their idiot. Fire's way more entertaining. Well, of course, it's fire. Just fire also overheats my GoPro. Granted, it's been reasonables. Because the GoPro actually overheated earlier in the stream today. And it was just kind of a like, huh. Normally it doesn't happen this early in. Okay, I think that's probably enough grated Parmesan. This cheese must be protected from the heat of the outside. So it goes back in the cooler. This guy only pays $15 on one of his bills. Just remember that. Yeah. Water-cooled GoPro next project. So, funny thing about that. I have a wet rag just laying on the back of the GoPro because the GoPro is it's not super waterproof because I have the USB-C cable in it, but I do water cool this already. Because that's literally what I have to do for the campfire cooking streams and also the blacksmithing streams. And then speaking of watering, sorry guys, I gotta water my GoPro right now. Because that rag was feeling kind of dry. There we go. GoPro's watered, should be fine. Now it's been a little while. I am going to do a turny turn. And with that turn, that's going to help a little bit more evenly distribute that heat that those coals are putting down into the Dutch oven. And we'll do a check. Whoa. Wait a second. I saw some 500. But close to 400, that's perfectly reasonable. Watered that GoPro more than I've watered my garden this year. Yes. Yes, I have watered my GoPro more than you've probably watered your garden. I've watered my garden once. Granted, I'm thinking, had a couple of dry days and the containers are definitely starting to look a little bit wilted. Granted, also the potatoes are kind of also looking like, oh, hey, Sugi, why did you run the fire pit so close to us? Because my potatoes are... Yoink. There they are. There's the potatoes, right on the other side of the fire pit. And it's kind of funny because the ones that are like closest to the fire pit are looking a little bit wilted. And then, oh yeah, there's the basil. And the raised garden bed project. Those look good, yeah. The main container potatoes are looking really good. The ones I planted in wood mulch are looking like they could have had a better life, but I also planted them in wood mulch because they were extra, they were spares. Okay, so we're getting real close to the end. So that calls for some good old-fashioned terrible decision making. Because that's what I do. I make terrible decisions constantly, all the time, non-stop. So, cheers. Actually, what's time? Oh gosh, getting close to 1. I'm just shopping for clothes. Please make one good decision, JK. That one good decision I'm making is I'm about to eat some vegetables. That's my one good decision. Granted, I actually want to check something. Here, da 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 da. You do you. Wait, what? Oh man, it doesn't show it how I was expecting it to show it. Well, at least blacksmithing's popular. Okay, if you can eat your vegetables, you can either have a little treat. That's the law. Yeah. Even better with vegetables. In order to make them more appetizing, always hit them with a cornucopious amount of cheese. Cheese makes everything better. Work last night killed me. Oof. I didn't work last night. Yesterday was an off day. Now I'm gonna check on my cauliflower. Can I? Yes! Just give those a turn. And back. Good. Back in the lid spot. Ooh, but cheese on top of cooked broccoli and cauliflower. Yeah, yeah, that hits. Yep. Used to work night shift for years. I can barely stay up late anymore. I'm a boomer. There's nothing wrong with being a boomer. So you like drop some coals in there? No. I just stirred it. Ah, old people. Yeah. I'm old people. When I wake up in the morning and I stretch my legs out, my knees go pop. Granted, I used to work. I did work nights once, but I could not sleep past 2 p.m. As soon as 2 p.m. hit, I woke up. All the time. And it sucked. Because I liked sleeping. I like sleeping a lot. And that was deeply unfortunate. And I definitely cannot do third shift. But I actually did pick up a habit of sleeping with a blindfold during that period of time. And because I slept with a blindfold when I did third shift, it just eventually became a habit, and now I sleep with a blindfold. Burning and mopping the floor. I got burned on milkshake machine yesterday. Oh no, not the milkshake machine. Bro, at the ripe age of 28, I feel like I need my retirement home already. Like, when's my bingo night? Oh, Ari, you're young. You're a youngster. The nursing home is calling. You're really young. I mean, I'm 36. Like, I've got the big 4-0 to look forward to in a few more years, which supposedly is also like one of the big like milestones for aging. So that's going to be exciting. Yeah, you're just old. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being old. You can be old and cool. All my coworkers are 5 years from retirement. I want to join them in Social Security. He's middle-aged almost. Yeah, well, so I think life expectancy for males in my area is like 74. So I am one more year away from officially being halfway done with my life. Potentially. I can always die sooner. I'm not anticipating that, but it is an option that exists. Granted, I'm not worried about the option because, well, that's sad. No, it's not. Don't do that. What? Be sad? Talk about about the simple fact of the matter that I am a perfectly mortal person and I live in America and I have to drive and around 40,000 Americans die on the roads every year. Like, and I also have to drive for my job, but chances are I probably wouldn't die driving my work truck simply because it's a work truck. A bit bigger than the other vehicles. But when I'm driving my Toyota Corolla, though, that is a totally different story. Then I'm the little guy, and if I were to get into a wreck, I'm just guaranteed to lose at that point. But I personally I like owning the fact that I can die. Simply because should have got a better car. Hey, don't Kiwi. No. Bad Kiwi. Toyota Corolla's a peak. I mean, granted, I could get something better, and that's called a Camry. That's why I got my old bricks. Like, acknowledging the fact that I can die at any time is also the greatest motivator for me personally to value and appreciate the time I have now, you know? Like, I have no plans on dying, but the fact that that is a thing that can happen means I gotta live my best life like now. Which is also how I convince myself to drink. I might not get to drink tomorrow. Well, actually, I shouldn't be drinking tomorrow because it's a Monday. Monday's a bad drinking day. He can tell you... Smoke. In a crash, it seems. And remember, if the fire makes too much smoke, it just means it's needy and it needs to be poked. Oh, and when my cats woke up, Kitty's like, oh, it's time to rise and thrive. Girl. I'm feeling pretty... Do I have enough room for a serving plate? Plus... Serving plate! Go say morning. What, good morning to the cat? It's Clancy? Morning, Clancy. Vsauce! I love how I keep burying the tools I need. Do a little bit of scoop-a-doop. We'll make ourselves a nice little comfy bed of cheese sauce to tuck our cauliflower into. Oh my gosh, this smells amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh, if only you guys could smell this. It smells amazing. The real Rajamunga woke up, that's the bastard. Oh, bastards gotta wake up at some point. When will YouTube invent smell-o-vision? Let's see. In Futurama, it was like the year 3000 or something. when we got smell-o-vision. After AI gets better. Book. Ooh, that's sizzling. He burnt it. No. It's not burnt. This. That is a light. That is golden. Char is best on cauliflower, though. That is just. Oh. That is just good cooked. Just adds a little bit of extra texture. I'm just kidding. Sure, you're just kidding. I'm sure you are. I should have lunch. Well, my lunch is almost done. Granted, I still gotta finish reading my directions for lunch. There. Shoving off to the side. Oh. Let's focus on the star. There's the star. Now I need to follow instructions. Spread a couple large spoonfuls of warm cheese sauce on the bottom of a large serving platter. Yep. Scatter the roasted cauliflower on the platter, then top with remaining sauce. Stir the Parmesan cheese into the panko and sprinkle over the cauliflower. Serve immediately. Oh. The directions got easy to follow. Ugh, damn headache. Yeah. I kind of feel that a little bit. Immediately. Yeah. Like, you must eat this now. It's cheesy and deliciousness. And it looks good, too. Most importantly, it looks good. Ah, yeah, I knew I had a knife. I knew I had a knife nearby. I knew I had a friend. Friend who could help me out. I could count on in my times of need. Oh. Grab. So, here's my panko. Parmesan cheese is going to go into the panko. Grab fork. With fork, mix Parmesan cheese into the panko. And then I'm going to set that there. And then we top with panko that's been cooked in butter. Honestly, I probably used a little too much butter on this panko, but you know what? I'm close enough to the south where I can just, like, consume cornucopious amounts of saturated fats and not worry about it. It's perfectly natural. It's getting better. That's good. Bro, Clancy pressed a button on the computer and closed Notepad. No. My gosh, that is like... That is so stereotypical cat behavior. I'm gonna save the fork. I need to grab spooners. Good old spooners. He seems like an angel. Yeah, I'm sure Clancy's an angel. As long as you don't take your eyes off of her. Oh. I'm mistaken. He's a pacifist. Only mouse he can attack it is the computer mouse. So with that, that is cheese cauliflower from the Stardew Valley Cookbook. Then I'm gonna get... Gosh. Yeah, this has hands down been one of my longer campfire cooking streams. Grab a photo. I like taking photos. Yes, I take photos of food. I'm that kind of terrible person. So I have just a little bit of cauliflower right here. So let's try this out. Oh wow. Cauliflower's cooked well. Hoo-hoo-hoo. That cauliflower just like melted in my mouth. I'm glad it was longer because at 10:30 I was elbow deep in chemicals at work. Well, that is kind of a pseudo goal of mine, is to get a little bit more used to doing slightly longer streams. Because a lot of my streams usually are around the 2-hour mark. So I wanted to do... I want to get a little bit more used to doing what other streamers do in terms of the amount. Okay, decided burgers. I'm gonna go make those. Bye-bye. Well, Kiwi, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy those burgers. And I'm gonna enjoy cauliflower with cheese sauce. Wow. Wow. My gosh. Oh. Man, that cheese sauce is like really, really good. The cauliflower does look so good. Oh man. Here's a... I kind of was... Oh, hey, Cardinal. I think the last time I made a recipe from the Stardew Valley Cookbook was the complete breakfast, and I kind of messed up the potatoes, and they weren't as good. But like, I feel like I have truly done this recipe justice today. Like, it's really good. It's really delicious, real savory. Like, at first I was like a little bit questioning the cheese choices in the recipe for Gervais and Havarti cheese, but man, as a combination of cheeses, it's powerful. Like, they are truly a powerful combination of cheeses. And it was worth the extra work it took to source those cheeses. Really glad I did that. But yeah, so. Actually, I need to... Let's see if anyone's live. Is it... Because usually... This time on a Sunday, no one's live. It's typical. I don't know... Actually, also, I still actually have a poll, and granted, I know the result of the poll. Yep. No one is live. Actually, anyone live on Twitch that I follow. And Twitch kicked me out. Cool. So, that's that. So, I have a delicious meal to enjoy. I have a lot of cleaning up to do. And then I gotta go hang out with my friend because yesterday was his birthday. Dang purple site. Yeah, dang. Oh, wait. Also, I need to formally... I'm actually curious what other people voted for, so... We'll end poll. Ah, okay, okay. Oh, most of the people voted for blacksmithing. And I guess campfire cooking got a vote and woodworking got a vote. Cool. Enjoy lunch and have a fun celebration with your friend. Oh, thank you, Ari. Have a great rest of your Sunday. So, it's been Sugi Yamagawa. I've made the cheese cauliflower from the Stardew Valley Cookbook. It is incredible. It is great. Really enjoyed this. And I would like to wish everyone out there, may you have a great rest of your day, night, evening, whatever it is, wherever you're at. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.